They done let me in the door. They done gave your boy a chance, now the youngin' finna blow. It's a shame finna put the game in the figure four. Youngin' fresh from out that bottom, talking straight from off the stroll. And these days, I live the life of a movie star. Remember going to school telling you I'd be a superstar, but you didn't believe.
The Last of Us Part 2. I kind of want to just explain to you guys the story and the ending, and basically give you guys my review about The Last of Us Part 2. So, The Last of Us Part 2 is basically a vengeance type of game, right? Basically, you kill my guy, you kill my family and friends, I'm gonna kill your family and friends. You know what I'm saying? Eye for an eye. But to put a little bit more detail in it, right? This game is built up on Joel's actions and consequences from the first game. Basically, Joel, at the end of the first game, you know what I'm saying, Joel kills all those fireflies in the hospital, and he kills all those doctors that was basically doing surgery on Ellie. And he lost to Ellie, and, you know, at the end of the game, blah, 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 blah. So, for The Last of Us Part 2, at this point in time, that fireflies have been disbanded, right? They felt like they failed at that mission because their only mission was to basically create a vaccine. You know what I'm saying? Get this girl to us, you know what I'm saying? Get the smuggler bring the girl to us. We create this vaccine and we save the world. But Joel being selfish, you know what I'm saying? Like, to be granted, like, if we was in Joel's shoes, if I was in Joel's shoes, I would have did the same thing and saved Ellie. I'm pretty sure all of us would have did it too, but it's still selfish in a way because Joel, at that point in time, didn't think about the rest of the world or the future of humanity. So it was selfish. And it gets to the point in time in the game, in The Last of Us Part 2, in the middle of the game, at a certain point in time, Ellie, when you see like these flashbacks, Ellie basically is confronting Joel over and over and over and again about that same sequence in the hospital and everything, and she wants to know what really happened because she understands that Joel is lying to her. Like she realizes that, you know, and she basically like gives Joel an ultimatum, like, bro, like if you don't tell me the truth right now, I'm leaving. You know what I'm saying? But if you do tell me the truth, I would just take it as it is and continue to be with you, you know? And Joel basically faces his fear about, you know what I'm saying, Ellie leaving him, and he basically tells her the truth, like, bro, like, there was a vaccine, but it will cost you your death, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that Joel was just now getting over his daughter's death because of Ellie, losing Ellie would just kind of pin him right back in that position again, of feeling depressed and stuff like that and sad. So he didn't want Ellie. He didn't want to lose Ellie, so he made a selfish act, and he lied to her and protected her and saved her, and blah 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 whatever. So in The Last of Us Part 2, like I said, at this point in time, the Fireflies is now disbanded it because of this one person named Joel Miller who destroyed their whole mission. So now they kind of disbanded. They kind of went their own separate ways. Now you have this one girl we get into in Last of Us Part 2. We get introduced to this one character named Abby, who is very muscular like crazy. Like she like a fucking Brock Lesnar mixed with a Ronda Rousey. You know what I'm saying?
I have to finish it.
But at a point in time, I didn't understand why they made her muscular like that, but now I understand because I've seen the ending and I understood why she did what she did. So she wants to kill Joel because of what Joel did, you know what I'm saying? So, but basically, Joel killed the doctor that Joel killed in the first game. That ended up being Abby's father, you know what I'm saying? And witnessing that, Abby witnessing her father being killed, and basically the hero to like, you know what I'm saying? The hero to like, you know what I'm saying, to stop the infection that's going around, you know what I'm saying, changing everybody to zombies. She feels though she needs to bring this guy to justice. So over the last 4 years, she's been bulking up, you know what I'm saying, like lifting weights and shit like that, because she doesn't know who Joel is, but she understands that Joel just killed like 50 to 100 people, you know what I'm saying, like trained soldiers. So she just can't come at him all skinny and scrawny like that. So over the last 4 years, she just bulks up, and then she decides to come after him. So at a point in time, Joel basically encounters Abby, but Abby don't know who Joel is. Who at the point in time don't know who he is, and Joel don't know who she is. But at a point in time, you know what I'm saying, she understands that, okay, this is Joel, you know what I'm saying, once they say his name and everything. And basically Abby tricks Joel and Tommy to coming back to her camp. And she ambushes them and everything, and she blows off Joel's kneecap. And she asks her people to, like, basically, you know what I'm saying, let's prop Joel up to the corner, like to the wall and shit like that. And Abby basically asks him questions like, hey, do you remember me and everything? And Joel's like, no, I don't remember you at all. He's like looking around, it's like, well, I don't recognize none of you motherfuckers. Who are you? Joel thinking like, bro, like, is these like people from like 2 weeks ago? He don't know that these is people from like 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? These is former Fireflies. He doesn't know that. Because at this point in time, Fireflies is no more. But they know him. You know what I'm saying? They know him. So, you know what I'm saying? Joel's like, man, just cut to the chase and get it over with. You know what I'm saying? And basically, Abby hits Joel with the golf club. Now, at this point in time, Ellie catches up. And Ellie runs inside the room and everything. And she gets pinned down by like 3 or 4 people. You know what I'm saying? They beat the fuck out of her, knocks her out and shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? She's all bloodied up. And Abby basically kills Joel in front of Ellie. Now, at this point in time, the story is about to shift. At this point in time, Abby is now looked at as the hero, and Ellie is now looked at as the villain, which is perfect storytelling. Because, like I said, Joel is the person who is the reason why the world is fucked up right now, you know? And Abby kind of brought him to justice. But Ellie wants to bring her to justice for killing Joel, which, you know what I'm saying, thus making Ellie the villain. And Ellie is basically saying, like, hey, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna fucking kill all of you and everything. And she kind of, and her path for vengeance starts here. So now, like, over her path of vengeance, she's also mourning the death of Joel. She's feeling so many emotions, you know what I'm saying? She finally is feeling lost, you know what I'm saying? She finally understands what loss feels like. Because in the first game, Joel basically tells 15-year-old Ellie that she doesn't know what loss feels like at all. Because the fact that Ellie said, hey, I've lost people too, and we just need to just move on from it. But Joel understanding, like, bro, it's hard to move on from something that you've lost very deeply to you. You know what I'm saying? So she finally feels this deep loss, you know what I'm saying, that she's never felt before. So she's freaking out, she's going crazy, she's going insane, she's having vividly dreams. Basically like death, like Joel's death reincarnated, like just keeps happening inside of her head, and she's going crazy. So she feels like to end this madness, she needs to bring this girl to justice. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was her that was killed, if it was Ellie that was killed, she feels though she feels though Joel would be up at night looking for this girl. So she feels like, okay, I need to bring this girl to justice for Joel. You know what I'm saying? Because she's trying to end this madness that she's feeling. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, she never felt like this before ever. So she doesn't know what to do but do this vengeance type of thing. So basically, we're going to skip a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? So basically, Ellie catches up to Gabby. Ellie catches up to Abby, and at this point in time, you're playing as Abby. And Abby fights off Ellie, and Abby gets away. Now, after Abby gets away, we have like maybe like a month, maybe like a couple of weeks time skip, and Ellie is now surrounded by her girlfriend, her girlfriend's baby, Tommy, and Marlene. And she went back to Jackson, and she went back to Jacksonville, and she's now trying to move on from Joel, but she can't. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, she's still having vivid dreams about Joel's death, just keep happening inside of her head. So she just says, she tells her girlfriend, like, bro, like, I can't live like this. I have to find Abby, and I have to kill her. You know, I have to do this because this is the only way I can move on.
I wish things were different.
But so basically, she goes on like she goes back on her little journey, and she's trying to find Abby. Abby at this point in time is captured by I forgot what they called them inside the game, but it's like a new group that's in the game. But she gets captured and everything, and Ellie finds Abby and she frees her. Now at this point in time, like low key, Ellie could have just killed her right there, but she felt like no, I don't need to kill her like that. I need to really beat the fuck out of her. You know what I'm saying? To make myself feel better. You know what I'm saying? Because she think that this is what's going to make her feel better. So she releases Abby, and she wants to fight Abby 1-on-1. So they're fighting and shit like that, and it's kind of like a back and forth and shit like that. Now at this point in time, Abby, like, she's been tortured and all types of shit, so she's not nearly at 100%. So Ellie she kind of has like the leg up on Abby, and it gets to the point where Abby is getting drowned by Ellie. And Ellie is about probably seconds away from killing Abby, and at this like split moment, she remembers Joel, and for some reason she just lets go. She lets go and let Abby breathe. She lets go and let Abby go and live and stuff like that, right? And there's a lot of people who's like, man, that's like the dumbest ending ever. Like bro, she like, just think about it. She kills all those people just to let the main person that she's supposed to kill go. Like, that's stupid. Like, to me, that's perfect storytelling. And let me tell you why. Ellie, at this point in time, has finally taken her own advice. She felt true loss. You know what I'm saying? Because of Joel's death. She felt true loss. She knows what that feels like. And she doesn't want to feel like that anymore. Because, like, to be 100, her killing Abby is not going to make her feel nothing. It's not going to make her feel nothing less or nothing more. She's going to feel the same way. So she takes her own advice from the first game. Her own advice to Joel was to basically, hey, we're going to lose people in our lives, but we need to move on. You know what I'm saying? We need to learn to let go and move on for the better, you know? And that's what Ellie does. She takes her own 15-year-old advice. And in a way, Joel kind of, you know what I'm saying, took her advice as well. You know what I'm saying? Thus, you know what I'm saying, creating this bond between her and him throughout the first game. So in a way, Joel did take her advice and everything. You know what I'm saying? Helping him mourn his death, his daughter's death. And now, since he now fully felt true loss, she takes her own advice and learns to let go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to move on. You know, like, I'm just right. Like, me doing this is just destroying myself even more instead of healing myself. You know, I need to just mourn Joel's death the right way. Just, you know what I'm saying? I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to be doing this at all. And even Abby was like, bro, I don't want to fight you at all. Like, bro, like, you have nothing to do with this. You know, like, maybe if my father was still alive, you know what I'm saying, because Joel killed him. Maybe if my father was still alive, you know what I'm saying, maybe he can, you know what I'm saying, and the vaccine could be created and stuff like that. Maybe you would still, you know what I'm saying, maybe you would play a big part, you know what I'm saying, and I would capture you at that time. But he's dead. He's the only person who can make that vaccine. So he's dead. So you have nothing. I don't have no beef with you. I have beef with Joel. You know what I'm saying? Joel the whole time. And Ellie learns to let go, and she let go of Abby, and she lets her live, right? which is perfect storytelling, perfect character development. Because, like I said, Ellie is struggling throughout the whole game of like I said, mourning Joel's death and on this path of vengeance, and she just matures and says like, hey bro, like, okay, I need to let go. Like, this is Joel, this is not how I supposed to be honoring his death. Now ultimately, yeah, kill that bitch, you know what I'm saying? She killed Joel, you know what I'm saying? But hey, this is the type of story that the writers wanted to create. And I understand it because I have an open mind, you know what I'm saying? I can understand it from that perspective, you know? Like, that's perfect storytelling. That's actually a good ending, you know? It's like, because, like, to be honest, we would kind of, because like, let's say if Ellie did kill Abby, you know what I'm saying, at the end. What next? You know what I'm saying? It's nothing impactful at all. It's like, okay, she killed him. Good for her. But the fact that, now we got something to talk about. Why the fuck did she let her go? You know what I'm saying? That's fucking stupid, you know? But the fact that she let her go because she takes her own advice and says, like, hey, bro, I need to let go. I need to understand that I'm going to, you know what I'm saying, lose people in my life. And I just need to I need to let go and move forward. So, that's it, though. Now for the review, right? Now, based on how it looks, feels, moves, 10 out of 10. Story, I'm going to give it like a solid 6 out of 10. Maybe 7. Just because I don't like the fact that you only got the chance to play with Joel one time. You know what I'm saying? And that one time, low-key, don't even count. That's the only thing I don't like about the game is the fact that you kill off Joel, like, at least have us play with him in the flashbacks, or play with him, like, you know what I'm saying? You should have given us, like, a little bit more time to play with him, you know what I'm saying? We didn't even get a chance to even throw a punch or shoot anybody with him, you know? That's the only thing I don't like, but besides that, a solid ass story, you know what I'm saying? Solid ass story. I love the fact how they switch perspectives and everything, and make us understand the hero and the villain side of the story, you know what I'm saying? But that's it though. Subscribe to my channel. Like if you want, comment if you want. I don't give a fuck, but I do appreciate you hit that sub button though. And I'm out.